guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah and this is B.fleye Beauty, and today I'm going to take you through how I did my last post on Instagram. I was actually wearing some eyeshadow and I really got some good feedback and people wanted to know how I did it. It's actually very simple, and I used my new palette by Violet Voss, which is the crystal, what's it called again? Sugar Crystals palette. I am so bright, let me fix that. Okay, I think that's a little bit better. I am gonna do a close-up, and I did, it was a purple look on Instagram. It was actually pretty simple, and I only used the colors in this palette. Let's see if it'll actually, it's so bright, this sun. Oh, there we go. So I used these three here, and then I did use a tiny bit of the blue to darken up the edges, and I did a halo eye. So I'm going to put my headband on and get my brushes ready and zoom you in. Okay, I think the lighting is okay. I have my eye primer on, I have my base and my blush on, and I'm going to pick up a fluffy brush for the crease. And I only use a couple, so I'm going to use something like this, and then a synthetic flat brush, kind of like this, and then more of a tight pencil brush like that for the bottom. So I'm going to start with my fluffy crease brush, and I'm going to actually go into the darkest purple at the top, which is called Jelly Bean. And I am doing a halo eye, so you're going to take the darkness here and the darkness here and the brightness in the center. So I'm barely tapping in. And I would rather build this up slowly than too much pigment at the beginning. So I'm just doing a circular motion here so that it's nice and blended. And this is where it takes a lot of time, is you want to just continue to do this over and over as you build it up. And I mean, I'm just tapping once or twice into that color, and then I'm doing this on the outer corner. And again, because of my hooded eye, I do need to bring this above my crease, so this will depend on your eye shape. But you can see how long I'm continuing to circle and buff. I didn't pick up my favorite brush, but... And I'm just gonna do this over and over, back and forth. So I am going into the corner of my eye. I'm going up into where it connects to my eyebrow. And then I'm going at the corner of my lashes here into the crease and a little bit above. So it's not completely touching my eyebrow on the outside, but that is because of my eye shape. And again, I'm just continuing to do this back and forth until I get the darkness that I want. I have found that this palette really doesn't have too much fallout, which is awesome, because I actually like doing my base first, but because I get messy, I tend to do my base second. And it makes it a little harder for me to make things smooth that way, but it's the easiest way to clean up a mess. So this is nice to not have so much fallout, because I can do my face first and then go in and do my eyes. All right, so I think that's where I want to keep it for now. I'm gonna go in with my synthetic brush on the shimmers, because right, I was just in a matte. So I'm gonna go into the center shimmer, and I'm going to put this in the center where I am missing color. It's interesting because this right here looks like it's darker, but it ends up being a little bit lighter once it's on the skin. So I start with the brush and then I end up going in with my finger a little too, but this is pretty good with the synthetic brush, I feel. Oh, that's weird. It's like there's already hard pan on this. That's not good. I only used it one time. So because again of my hooded lid, I am coming above the crease If you don't have a hooded lid, you don't need to do that. Isn't that just the most gorgeous color? And then I am going to take a little bit of this in the inner corner as well to brighten that up. And then I'm gonna use my finger in Lollipop, which is this lightest purple here, and put that right in the center, all the way up. And then now I'm gonna need to darken this corner here and give a little bit. You could stop here, honestly. You could just go back in with what's left over on this brush and kind of blend the edges, and you could be done. I wanted a little bit more depth there, so I took the tiniest little dot of this blue, and instead of putting it all the way to the outside, I kind of just kept it to the corner. Again, this is not a step you have to have, but it gave it a little bit more depth. So again, I'm keeping it lower, just in the inner corner and outer corner, in the same spot I put the purple, but I'm just keeping it more concentrated instead of blowing it out. And then I'm taking that big fluffy brush again, and I haven't dipped it into anything, just whatever's left over on that purple. And I'm just gonna buff, 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 buff. Again, this is the part that no one really wants to do because it takes forever. To get that smoky blown out look, you really do have to blend quite a bit. And then I'm literally just doing this back and forth until I get the exact look I want. So see how that blue kind of deepens it up a little bit? I'm gonna put a tiny bit more purple, because I don't want it to look blue, I want it to look purple. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to be able to see, ooh, there's a blue spot in there. And then again, I'm just playing with where the shimmers go in the center. That's what makes it the halo, is the dark on the outer and inner, and then the lighter in the center. Okay, so then what I did at the bottom was I put a dark blue in the inner rim and the waterline, and then I'm buffing it out with the purple. So let me get that. Okay, so I'm doing a royal blue tone, and the reason I'm not doing purple is I wanted to bring that depth like I have at the top into the bottom. So this is, I believe this is the L'Oreal, L'Oreal So Kissing Me. So this is, I would say, comparable to the Urban Decay 24/7 liner. All right, so I'm putting that in that inner rim. Then I'm gonna take this here where I have that blue, and I'm just gonna buff it. So I'm not dipping that into the shadow anymore. I'm just using what I already had used at the top to blend this out. Make it a little bit more smoky. Now I'm gonna take that same brush and I'm gonna dip it in that darkest purple again at the top, to buff out that purple and connect it to the top section. Gotta do that eye look. I mean that open mouth. Yeah, even with the shimmers, there's not too much fallout, which is really nice. All right, and then I'm going to buff that a little bit. Put a little bit more shimmer, that inner corner, and then I'm going to take a little bit of that shimmer right here in the center here. So I'm mimicking that top shimmer. Just clean up, which really there was barely any fallout, which is crazy. Okay, I'm gonna do my other eye, my mascara, and put some brow gel in, and then I'll zoom you out and show you what it looks like. Okay, so this is a close-up without glasses on. Let me zoom you out. All right, so we are zoomed out, got my glasses back on, and I just wanted to reiterate what we did here. So I used this line of purples, a tiny bit of that blue, and I used 3 brushes. I used a fluffy crease brush, I used a pencil brush, like a stiffer pencil brush, and then I used a flat synthetic brush. And really, you could do this look with any of these color ranges here. You could go down on the pink side or the green side, and I think it's really beautiful. It's set up really nicely to do a halo eye. You really could bring in another palette if you wanted to, but if you like color, you really don't need another palette to blend in with this one, because it does have a dark matte color and it does have a shimmer color to play with. So again, without the fallout, I mean, it's pretty dang good. Let me know what you think. Let me know if it was easy or hard to do, if it made any sense to you. It's really about buffing and building. Buff, build, build, buff, build, buff. Start low, start slow, build it up to the depth that you want. It's a lot easier that way. This is a palette set up to do that as well. It's not super pigmented unless you make it that way. So it's very easy to build up and make what you want. Remember to do those little circular motions over and over and over until you get that blend. So thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.